This car right now has got to be 150, or else it's not going nowhere right now.
Steve, is it really for sale?
Everything's for sale. We are the only shop around that has a 7-second all-wheel drive Civic in stock. Tri-State Motorsports, in stock Kings. We have it here, ready to go. Plus shipping. Don't forget the shipping. What's going on, everyone? I'm Steve-O from CLM. I'm the owner and driver of Section 8, the all-wheel drive Honda Civic. Currently the fastest and world record holder of the fastest all-wheel drive Honda. It's a K20 turbo. It makes about 1,200, 1,300 horsepower, and this is it.
What's the fastest time you ran with it?
It was actually yesterday. Set a personal best at 767 at 193.
So all-wheel drive is not how Honda Civics come. Let us know what it takes to get the car in the setup that it is now.
So this setup is complicated and pretty simple all at the same time. It's all Honda factory parts, but it is a lot of customized stuff to make it work. It's all out of different style Hondas made from the early 80s all the way up to 2005, 2006. The motor is a K-Series, the tranny is also from a CRV, and it's just pieced together and it's working, so we're happy with it.
Was the blueprint done already? Like, did you already know how to set it up, or was it completely?
So this car was originally a front-wheel drive car. There's been other builds, just haven't really gotten as much attention as mine, I guess. So a lot of people have done it. There's different ways of doing it. I think we figured out the best way and the strongest way so far. It's been holding up, so I guess we must have found the ticket.
Why'd you go with the K over the B?
Honestly, I've had B-Series my whole drag racing career. And now I guess from everybody's moving to the K-Series stuff, I decided to try it. It seemed like a little bit of an easier option to do also with the all-wheel drive stuff, so we had some parts laying around, and that's how we started the build.
So what do you think is the future for the car in terms of how fast it'll go and what class, or who do you want to race with it?
So in terms of the car, it probably already exceeded our expectations time-wise, because we didn't think we were going to go that fast this quickly. The goal was definitely to go 7s. We didn't think it was going to be achievable in the first year. The car's really only been out for like 6 months. But now that we did achieve that, honestly, our goal is to go 6. The day that it goes to 6, I'm parking it. Hopefully somebody from Dubai buys it and I don't have to ever see it again. And in terms of who I want to race, anybody. I've spent all year trying to set up races with people. I love the competition. I am a little bit of a shit talker, but it's more just because I want to race people. I don't want to go to testing tunes. I like the competition. I like side-by-side racing. It doesn't matter what kind of car it is next to me. I just want to go fast, and hopefully somebody's fast next to me, so make it even more exciting.
So is this car only seeing the track, or would you see somebody on the street if they want it?
This is a track car. We have a street car also, the blue all-wheel drive Civic. To be honest, there's not much that's going to make it worth it for me to bring this car on the street. It's already hard enough to get people to go to the track and race me, forget about it on the street.
In terms of cost-wise, what do you think this build is compared to, I guess, like a
sport front
like a
car?
street car?
Or a street car? It's like too much money. That's what that is. It's a lot of money, just like any hobby though. This is, the way I can compare this is, it's a full sport front wheel drive build, and then add the whole all-wheel drive bill on top of that. So it's not cheap, but it's fun and it's worth it. So
if you could have done it any other way,
I wouldn't. I've honestly been thinking about this project. Cunha and I from CLM have thought about this project for probably 3 years now, and it started off as like a crazy idea one late night at the shop, and then Cunha's a freak with doing research, so like the next week he came with a ton of information that he found on how to build it. And it still wasn't, it was something that I wanted to do, but I wasn't sure if I was really gonna do it. And then the more I learned about it, the more excited I got about the build. We started it in the beginning of last season, started putting parts together and started doing some fab work. It was actually done last year for World Cup, was the first debut of it. It didn't go as planned. Obviously there's always some trial and error when you're building something that's like a one-off car. So the real first passes were at the beginning of this year. So I really wouldn't change anything. When I thought about this project, this is why I dreamed of, and it's exactly what I thought it was gonna be.
Start to finish, when you had the shell, had the motor, how long did the build take?
So this shell was the Pinga. For anybody that knows what that car was, it's just like a 950 car, front wheel drive. I've had the shell for probably, I don't know, 6-7 years. It was an old eat sleep race car. But from the all-wheel drive build, it probably took about a year. It started like last April. It probably took 7-8 months to get it all together. Then we had some bad luck with it and broke some drivetrain parts at World Cup last year. We took the winter to fix all that. And then our first race was April of this year. And that day, I think my first pass was like a 9.1. Second pass was 8.6, and we ended the day with an 8.1 already. And that was in April. And then last month was my first, well, 2 weeks ago was my first 7-second pass.
Biggest challenge with the car?
Biggest challenge with the car. So because of the way that the car hooks, it puts a lot of stress on everything. I mean, mount-wise, every bolt and nut you could think of comes loose on this. It's just a lot of maintenance on this car to check things that on a normal sport front car or a normal front-wheel drive street car doesn't go wrong. This makes it happen. I've bent mounts, I've bent brackets, I've broken intercoolers, I've broken all types of tabs and bolts on this thing. So it's a lot of maintenance. Every time we go out, we have to go over the whole car, see what broke, see what bent, see what's about to break. But it's all part of the game, I guess.
Being that there's not too many cars, you know, direct competition for this, who are you calling out?
Not so much a call out. I just want to race the fastest guys that are out, right? So everybody keeps wanting to see me against the Speed Factory car. I think that'd be a great show. They are a bunch of great guys with a fast car, and
let them know which car that is.
It's the competition clutch car. I think his best pass is 760 or 761 or something like that, at over 200 miles an hour. The car moves, and I would love to be next to it and see what the fastest car that day is. There's also a lot of DSMs, all-wheel drive cars. I know there's a 7-second bounty for all these Evos. There's a lot of fast ones, a lot of them that are putting up a lot of mile an hour. I know they're going for that bounty, but I would love to have them sit next to me in the lane and do some racing like that and have some fun. And of course, everybody likes to see a little Civic against a GTR, so I wouldn't mind any GTRs that want to line up also.
So while we're at it, you already said Speed Factory. If you had a dream list of other cars you wanted to race by name, who would it be?
I don't really dream about racing anyone, but like I said, any fast car that's in the same level as this car, 7-second car, I would love to line up next to it. I love the tree game. I love racing heads up, and I just want side-by-side racing. I've literally gone all year with either racing 6-second rotaries or 10-second street cars. So I'd like to have something that's actually comparable so we can have some fun.
So if somebody watches this video and says they know somebody, how are they gonna get in touch with you?
Everybody knows, well, I'm not gonna say everybody knows who I am, but everybody knows how to get in contact with me. Either through my Instagram, Stevo_CLM. They can come to our shop, they can come to Tri-State. If they really want to race, they know how to get to me. I've said that all year and I'm still waiting, so.
So to close it out, anybody you want to shout out?
Definitely want to shout out Cunha, all of CLM Motorsports, Ricky, Tootsie from Tri-State, anyone that's helped me with the build. I've had a bunch of great companies and people help me recently with the car. Hopefully next year we'll be able to campaign everybody that's helped me. So everybody, if I start naming them, I'm going to forget someone. So I'm just going to stick with CLM and Tri-State, and then the rest of them, thank you everyone.
So this is Cunha right here. What would you say percentage of the work done on this car?
What do you mean?
The work done on the car, how much I guess 50% of the work you touched on this car, 20%?
That I touched? Well,
yeah.
CLM did 100%. Well, not 100, because obviously we did some fab work with Bean Fab and full-time fab. But besides that, it's 100. It's actually probably more Ricky than it is me. It's more my ideas of figuring out what we got to do, Ricky executing it, and me just tuning it and trying to make it go faster.
So let's say there's somebody out there who sees this video and says, I want to build one just like it, would you?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I get hundreds and hundreds of messages. Some people, I guess, underestimate how much work it actually takes to do. Like Steve said, it's pretty simple, but there is a lot of fabrication and a lot of work. I tell people all the time, I'll build the same exact car for anybody who wants it. I'll build it like my blue car, whoever wants it, as long as they got the money and they want to do it, and we'll build a car.
How they get in touch with you?
We'll sell this one and build another one if they want it.
How did they get in touch with you?
CLM Motorsports, Instagram, Facebook, email, just CLM Motorsports, Google us.
I gotta ask, why Chucky and a monkey?
So a monkey has a recording of both my kids in there, so when I squeeze it before every pass, it says "Good luck, Daddy," and that's been in this car since I got it, so probably the last 6-7 years. And Chucky's just badass. So I have like the good doll, and then I have the evil doll. So yeah, they work well together so far.
So that's your $100 Chucky right there.
Yeah, and then this, I'm not sure if you can hear it, but now I frown on $7.90.